Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and still certain that the next time I take my wife out for dinner, it won't end with me calling the cops on her. If I do happen to pick up my phone, it's to check the score on the game or to call an Uber if I've had one too many, because I don't do dry January. 2024 continues to deliver the stupid. Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert left her husband, then left her district, and the pair's recent dinner at the Miners Claim in Silt, Colorado came to blows. I'll be having a laugh with the family values spokeswoman coming out swinging, the statements, the Yelp comments, and more, plus the diaper-defeated former president who wants you to believe Joe Biden is in cognitive decline, discusses magnets, gas prices, and wants the economy to crash in an interview with Lou Dobbs, who has been summoned by Mike Lindell to save his money burn pit. There are some fan favorites you're not going to want to miss, including a new genuine page from Lauren Boebert's book and more, but first, this.
To recognize that the decline we're seeing in our country across economy, culture, education, all this, that's not inevitable. Ultimately, it's a choice. It's a choice we as Americans get to make. It's a choice
When people say you're small and point out your lift boots, maybe combat that narrative instead of being swallowed by a tiny chair. If he gets any further into that thing, he's going to get sucked behind the cushion with the crumbs and stray nickels until a kid finds him. I'm just surprised Casey's letting Kenneth Copeland's even crazier half-brother do some of the talking again. It is pouring MAGA tears. There's a lot of shows out there, and I appreciate you making mine part of your day. Laugh along with the awesome people in the comments while I blast the latest and stupid and more.
I think this is really making America sad. I think it's making the American public concerned for their safety, for the integrity of the justice system. And I hope for the sake of our children that we can correct it. And I don't think we can with this administration.
Yes, that was Trump's Melanie stunt double lawyer doing her best with her bicycle pump accident lips to whine about how Americans are sad because of what's happening to Trump. But we're the snowflakes. I'm just surprised she doesn't have a map and is asking the anchor to point out where Joe Biden hurt her.
That didn't work. They had an almost $1 billion cost overrun on the magnetic elevators. Think of it, magnets. Now, all I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnets. Why didn't they use John Deere? Why didn't they bring in the John Deere people? Do you like John Deere? I like John Deere.
This is the party that wants to scale back the science. They think physics, chemistry, and biology are a joke, and this is the guy they are putting forward. The inject disinfectant man thinks H2O is the kryptonite for magnets. I love magnets. Anything magnetic, I'm all about. I have a magnetic flashlight for blackouts. I have a little tiny magnet that goes around my wrist like a little cuff for screws and bits when I'm fixing something. I used it while repairing our gutter in the rain. Still stuck. And you know what else still works? The magnetic fishing game my son plays with in the bathtub. Magnets work underwater and are not affected by water. Magnetic fields are not the same as electrical circuits. These are the thoughts and prayers, people, that want you to think the Earth is 6,000 years old. Terrifying. Silt Police Chief Mike Kite confirmed that Representative Lauren Boebert was involved in an incident with her ex-husband at a restaurant. Police are investigating an alleged physical altercation between Lauren and her ex-husband Jason at the Miners Claim restaurant. An aide for Lauren Boebert told the Daily Beast that Jason Boebert had called the cops claiming he was a victim of domestic violence. Police Chief Mike Kite said that this is an ongoing investigation and that the police are looking at security camera footage. Now, Lauren loves to get handy in public places, we all know that, and odds are there is footage out there, as there is everywhere now, so we should get a chance to see the Princess of Colorado getting fisty at the Miners Claim. Now, I was curious and I had to check out where they went. The Miners Claim is a decent-looking restaurant that boasts a lot of big names over the years, and also don't claim you're a huge Stones fan when you spell it Mick Jagger, M-I-C, Mike Jagger. The lead singer, the guy with the mic, Mike Jagger. It's a well-reviewed and popular place, features a lot of martinis, which makes sense for working-class heroes Lauren and Jason. But on a Saturday night, this had plenty of folks. So we should get more detailed accounts and even video, but for now, some have taken to Yelp to discuss the incident. Miners Claim serves up some good grub, and you wash it down with a big old glass of punch. This is a great place to go if you want to get smacked around by Lauren Boebert. Food and service was great too. Terrific food and key location for the real housewife of Garfield County, Prowers County. Tell your friends to stop by, but be careful who they try to hug. Everything about this place is great. The food is really good and not skimpy like some other places. The drinks are tasty and aren't watered down. The floor show was a little weird though. It seems like they hired some woman, I think it's a woman, the boobs look pretty fake, to go around and slap guys. I couldn't figure it out, but to each his own, I guess. Excellent all the way around. The entertainment was great. I especially loved the convincing fight choreography. Chief Mike Kite has not confirmed who initiated the alleged fight and said no one has been arrested and is unaware of any hospitalization. In the beginning, Boebert denied the claim that she had committed any domestic violence and made the following statement to Fox 21 Colorado Springs. "This is a sad situation for all that keeps escalating and another reason I'm moving," she said. "I didn't punch Jason in the face and no one was arrested. I will be consulting with my lawyer about the false claims he made against me and evaluate all of my legal options." Now, in her green screen fake kitchen video, she never said she was moving to be away from her husband, so that's a new one. Calling 911 is serious. My wife and I have disagreed on a lot of things, big and small, whether it's what we're going to watch on Netflix, what color we're going to stain the fence, or who my hall pass should be. It never ends up with fisticuffs and calling the police, because we are normal, good people. Jason Boebert claims that the whole point of the meal was to try and get her back, but Lauren's aide told the Daily Beast he was being disrespectful and lewd, and that he made an aggressive motion to grab her, and she put his hand on his nose. That does change her "nothing physical happened" statement. I must note again that there are cameras everywhere. Being a moron is never a great idea, but you should stop and think and remind yourself that the internet is forever, and your public freakout is going to end up in a fail compilation. You're not just going to behave horribly and get away with it these days. We are waiting on the official 911 call, but thanks to my advanced Soros technology, I should be able to get an advanced sneak peek.
911, what's your emergency?
I tried to patch things up with my wife over some martinis, and she started to smack me.
Sir, you need to calm down.
It's totally unfair.
What is your name, sir?
Jason Boebert. That's Jason with a Y.
What is your location?
It's a restaurant, the Miners claim, and she tricked me into coming here because she said minors, and I thought MINORS, okay?
So that's minor with an E, not referring to youth?
You know, on her last date, she used the inside of her palms on the fella, and after all our years together, I get the back. She popped me on the nose. I'm a victim.
Is she hitting you now, sir?
Can you just send a cruiser as soon as possible? I don't deserve this. I'm a 42-year-old grandpa with an ankle monitor. Show me some respect.
Lou Dobbs has joined the pillow manufacturer Gone Mad as an anchor at Lindell's online dumpster fire. There's Lou's spot, blurry graphic, and 1 subscriber. Off to a huge start. Imagine going from one of the biggest networks on television to a dark corner of the web where Mike Lindell gives fired crazy people a voice for other crazy people. Stuff Lou in a corner off mic and have Tom Selleck's Slow Cousins team take a shot at the big time. Dobbs' show was canceled one day after Fox was hit with a $2.7 billion defamation lawsuit. Definitely not a coincidence. Lou's first field piece was with Trump, so he didn't really get a word in, but Trump used the best words.
We have an economy that's incredible. We have an economy that's so fragile. And the only reason it's running now is it's running off the fumes of what we did, what the Trump administration. It's just running off the fumes. When there's a crash, I hope it's going to be during this next 12 months.
First off, funny to hear the guy that inspired hashtags such as Trump smells, Trump stinks, and Diaper Dawn talking about fumes. Only a booming economy can crash. So not only is he acknowledging that Biden has done a great job, he's hoping the economy goes in the toilet. He's crossing his tiny fingers and hoping for hardship. He's betting against the USA so he can use it as a talking point. It's pretty disgusting.
And you had gasoline selling for less than $2. And now you have it at $5, $6, $7, and even $8 a gallon.
Here's the thing. The highest gas price in U.S. history was $5.02 a gallon. Now, as noted, I lived in the UK for nearly a decade. The national average right now is £1.40 per liter, which is nearly $7 per gallon, and the motorway average is much higher. Donald Trump is throwing out big numbers because his base can't count. And what's nuts is he is also constantly going against electric cars. I'm closing in on 7 years of electric car ownership. Over the years, there's been zero maintenance other than washer fluid and tires. It honestly still blows my mind that there's a war on these things. Trump inflated inflates gas prices and craps on progress. But part of me wonders if he's trying to blow up the price at the pump with this $8 claim, or did he see it on a meme from one of his dum-dums and take it as fact? Because both are very likely. The guy doesn't drive. He is so out of touch.
How do we stop them from cheating? People ask me, will they do it again, sir? Because, I'm in Florida now, and I drive to various locations and airports and places. Every house has a Trump sign on it. Trump 2024. We got all the votes we need. The risk is what's going to happen during election period. It used to be election.
The only cheating was by MAGA, and that has been proven again and again. It may feel like a powerful movement because you're cruising by a crowd, you're being driven, you don't drive, but what Trump is seeing are the superfans camped out near him, and that's not a representation of an entire country. Now, many noted that there was a lack of Biden flags in the last election, and that's why it's impossible that Trump lost. Well, there are a lot of bands I love, and I've never owned their t-shirts or seen them live, but I have all their albums.
Iowa voters say they feel the issues facing the nation are existential. Here's One America's Daniel Baldwin with more. Iowa voters say they feel the issues facing the nation are existential. Here's One America's Daniel Baldwin with more.
The best and brightest are not available on the fringe networks. Words are hard. It's like when you get the really hot waitress and you're all like, well, hello, good evening, interesting. And then she forgets your order. That's how these outlets hire. For those new to the show, I'm glad you found me. Thank you. For a year and a half, I've been reading genuine pages from my special copy of Lauren Boebert's book. This really is a ton of fun. I only do this once a week, and it's been pretty wild. Let's get back to it. The light changed, casting a green glow on the pirate street lady, giving her strong zombie vibes that complemented her trampy squeal as my husband Jason with a Y floored it, sending her off the tailgate and onto the snow-packed street. You could say the city's lack of effort saved her butt. But I'm thinking the people would like to see these cleared more often. Maybe that's another thing I will fight for when I start to do the politics. What's crazy is my hubs is in the cab of the F-150 bombing through the snowy streets, and he has zero clue that the teen he met in a bowling alley isn't just his personal Colorado sauce pocket, as he likes to say, and it was time to put what he calls my old corncob face hole to work. With words and stuff now, because I just had a major revolution about my future. I slid the back window open and started climbing on in. "The breeze is freezing me! What are you doing?" shouted Jason. I did not mince words as I flopped onto the crunchy back seat and let him know, I am no longer going to ride in the back like a dog. I am an upfront girl from now on. This was the first time I put my clear heels down. I'd never demanded things be done my way or the highway, and we were literally on a highway at this point. "Okay," said Jason, "but if you get sick, you're cleaning it." This man of mine has a dairy allergy and a frozen pizza addiction, and one of my side hustles is working at a bikini car wash, so taking care of a bitter hurl ain't gonna faze this Colorado wildcat. I popped open the empty ashtray, and there was Mountain Dew, my emotional support hamster, loosely curled up and quietly snoozing. His little left leg was kicking, and I asked Jason, what is he dreaming about? He reached over to my loose little fur ball and stroked it with that one long weird nail. The one he says is for partying and stuff. I guess the "and stuff" is for stroking my loose little fur ball. Mountain Dew shifted and Jason let me know, I bet he's dreaming about the time we put him on the trampoline and he got bounced into the gutter and came down like a water slide. You know, the good times, babe. I scooped him out, hoping not to wake him, but my icy palms gave him the shock of his life. Mountain Dew squeaked and leapt from my hands, knocking over my husband's beer before scrambling onto the dashboard. Jason gripped the wheel, trying to see past the hamster and keep the truck under control. It was like a fairy tale. If you've enjoyed this genuine page from Low Rent Boebbert's book, let me know in the comments and I'll see about reading another page sometime soon. Pretty low to make fun of a fortune teller. MAGA Tears. Regardless of how much you dislike Trump, how can Baldidi want another year of Sleepy Joe and Demo corrupts? U.S. falling apart at the seams. MAGA Tears. I'm going to enjoy your mental breakdown when the MAGA King Donald Trump gets reelected. MAGA Tears. And the pair's dinner at the Miners Claim in Slit, Colorado came slit. That breeze is freezing me. What are you doing? Shouted Jason. I did not mince words as I flopped onto the crunchy back seat. Police are investigating an alleged physical He reached over to my loose little fur ball and stroked it with a one weird long nail. So taking care of a bit of hurl ain't gonna faze this Colorado wild cart. Wow. Wild card. I guess the and stuff is for stroking my loose little fur ball. Mountain Dew shifted. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries. I've toured with Jim Jefferies for 10 years. I have 3 albums and an EP. You can stream them on Spotify and Apple Music. And I am a one-man comedy show here. I write, film, present, direct, edit. I even make all the graphics. If you can afford to, please throw me a tip with the PayPal link or the YouTube Super Thanks button. Life's short. Be cool. Be kind. Take care.